You guys, in my last podcast, I I mentioned this app that I'd been enjoying. Atoms. I think it was created by James Clear, the guy that wrote Atomic Habits, if I'm not mistaken. And first I was really excited about this. It's a habit tracking app. His most famous book, Atomic Habits, it's all about creating good habits. I love the book. Now this app, oh boy, was I excited for it. So excited, I made a podcast talking about it. And then I log in one day, and my 3 habits that I've been tracking for weeks, suddenly I'm dropped to 1. I can no longer track my 3 habits that I've been tracking for weeks. They dropped me to 1 habit. I was not aware that would happen. And every time you try to add more, they're literally, it's over $100 for the yearly subscription. It's not even a one-time payment. It's $100 for a yearly subscription for this app. Or you can pay a ridiculous amount of money. I think it's $20 a month to have this habit tracking app on your phone. I really was so mad. I was like, how dare you tease me like this? I'm tracking all these habits and then boom, you're going to do that shit on me? What the fuck? Oh, so anyway, I just had to update y'all on that first and foremost because I was gassing that app up in my last podcast. And I mentioned that it was free and this, that, and this. It's not free, y'all. It's stupid. Screw that app. Anyway, I'm sorry to the creators of the app. I don't mean to be a hater, but what the fuck though? Oh my gosh, I was really enjoying that app. That is such a bummer, but you know what? I said good old pen and paper will do. That's what I like to habit track with anyway. And so today's episode, I'm going to be talking about healthy habits and how I've tweaked my routine since the last episode, considering what happened to my habit tracking app. Oh, did that shake things up for me? I think I just have a hard time finding balance sometimes between discipline and structure and flow and flexibility and compassion and rest and action. I think I've found a bit of a sweet spot, and I wanted to talk about that because I think what I like to do is I have a list of my morning routine, right? Brush teeth, wash face, skincare, SPF, feed my animals, walk my dog, get dressed, journal, read, meditate, yoga, blah, blah, blah. I could go on and on, right? So I create a list like that of things that I know will set me up for success, things that I enjoy, like reading and journaling, and also creating space for a me moment where I just have my coffee and just enjoy just being for a minute in the morning. And I think I found the healthy habits for me, my morning routine really works with having a list like that. And then I wake up, right? And I'm like, what sounds best for me right now, mind, body, and spirit? So having that list will be my discipline and my structure. And then I will habit track what things on that list I do each day to keep track of my accomplishments and my achievements so that I can reflect every few months and be like, wow, I've journaled 30 times, or I've read 2 books, or this, that, and the other, So I'll keep track of what I'm doing for the sake of achievements and accomplishments, not to put myself in a box and be like, oh my God, I didn't check off everything to do on my to-do list. That's not the goal. The goal is to have this list of things that I know are good for me that I'm going to do every day. And when I wake up, some days I wake up and I feel tired. I feel like slow and like still half asleep, and I just really want to ease into my day. So on days like that, perhaps I'll change my order of my schedule. So the schedule, like the list of things I do, will be the same every day, but perhaps I'll feel like, oh, I'm kind of tired, so I'll have my me moment first. I'll have my coffee, I'll journal, I'll stretch, and then I'll go walk the dog, and then I'll work out. Then I'll do my yoga. Okay, some days I wake up and I'm like, God, I need to meditate. I need to just be for a minute and be in the sunlight. So I'll check that off my list first. That way I'm not like waking up and I'm like, okay, wake up, brush teeth, wash face, go downstairs, feed the animals, walk the dog. It's not so like robotic. Like I'm doing the same things every day, but it's like, for example, the past couple days have been so gloomy and rainy, and I woke up and I want to read my book and journal and just kind of cozy up and do my yoga and meditate. Right, today, it's sunny. I wake up and it's sunny, it's beautiful, it's cool, it's springtime, it's not too warm, not too hot, it's perfect. So I go outside, and when I wake up this morning, I want to go for a walk. I want to be in the sunlight, I want to walk my dog, I want to exercise, I want to ride my bike, I want to dance, I want to sing. So I did those things, so instead of having like, oh, every day I'm going to ride my bike and every day I'm going to do this and that and this, just have a list of the habits you want to do and then track them as you go. And the thing that also helps too, to keep the structure and the discipline in this for me, is not going on any social media in the morning. No YouTube, no Instagram, no TikTok. It sucks me in and it makes my brain feel all frazzled. So not going on that allows me to just be and to ease into my day and to start my day with these healthy habits and set myself up for success. It gives me more energy and it makes me feel accomplished and I feel proud and it makes me feel like I'm the best me. And when I'm the best me, then I can show up as my best self to help others. And really at the end of the day, if your goal is to help other people, heal other people, be there for your friends, your family, your loved ones, then you have to show up for yourself first, right? So I kind of realized that, and it makes me want to take care of myself more, because I'm like, I'm not just doing this for myself. I got to take care of myself for other people, for my loved ones, for my most cherished people around me. If I'm happy, it contributes to them being happy. I'm able to show up and take care of them and vice versa. And I just love talking about habits, healthy habits and routines, and morning routines, night routines, romanticizing it. I love all this stuff so much. And I think that that's going to be my new routine for now. I also have a structured, I mentioned this in my last one, workout routine. So my weight training routine right now, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I weight train. Monday's kind of a total body day. Wednesday's an upper body day. And then Friday's a lower body day, right? So for a minute after I made that last podcast, I started working out and I wrote this like kind of extensive workout routine for each day. And I noticed that it kind of made me dread going. I would be like, I don't really want to go and do these Bulgarian split squats. I just really don't. And it would affect me to the point where sometimes I would procrastinate and then put off going to the gym. So I analyzed and I was like, how can I, let me go back to what I was doing when I was most consistent with going to the gym. Is all I have to do is show up Monday, Wednesday, Friday with a loose structure of Monday will be total body, Wednesday will be upper, and Friday will be lower body workouts. And I can do whatever feels best to me that day. And I feel knowledgeable enough about workouts to where that feels good to me. It doesn't feel like, maybe to someone else that wouldn't work. Everybody, you know yourself best. I'm saying all this stuff, but I'm not telling you you have to live your life this way. I'm just telling you this is what I think is working for me right now, And everyone knows what's best for themselves at the end of the day. Some people need to know exactly what they're doing, how many weights, how many reps every single time. I feel kind of boxed in. So just knowing that I will be working out at these times, but I can do whatever workouts I want to do allows me more freedom, but I also feel like I feel less pressure to show up and do a certain thing. And so I'm more likely to just show up. And to me, it's more important to just show up and build consistency right now, going to the gym and weight training rather than doing a specific program. So that being said, I just also want to disclaim again, like, everybody is different and everybody knows themselves best. Like, you're intuitively what you need. And so what works for somebody might not work for you and vice versa. And that's why I love self-care content. I love content about healthy habits and healthy lifestyle because I'm so passionate about how it makes me feel. I feel like, it's always like the moment that fitness started to become fun for me was when I shifted from how I look to how I feel. I don't work out to look a certain way necessarily. I work out to feel good. And when you have that intention, you get almost this immediate gratification as well as the long-term gratification from these healthy habits, because immediately after the workout, you have an endorphin rush. So you feel good, right? You feel good, accomplished, proud of yourself after that workout. So you get these benefits immediately, but also if you're consistent in the long run, you will build strength, build endurance, build flexibility, or whatever it is you're working towards. And that is such like a beautiful thing. Once I started shifting it to, I'm working out to feel good for my mental health, then it changed everything for me. It's not about how you look. It's not about having a bigger butt or smaller or whatever. It's about how you feel, and it's about being healthy. And another thing I want to say is, like, I'm constantly tweaking my schedule. Like, if you're like me and you love having, like, to-do lists and planners and stuff like that, I've always been like that. I don't know why. I'm literally like Leslie Knope. Ever since I was a little girl, I had binders, scrapbooks, journals. Even before I could write in cursive, I would write in like scribble it was gibberish. It was nothing. It wasn't even words, but I would write in my journal and make it look almost like it was cursive from a distance. And I would be like, look how much I've written. But it would just be like scribbles. And it was because I did that like as a little kid. It was because I loved it. And ever since I was a kid, I've loved to write, to journal. Like, I am truly a writer. And I think that shows a lot in my content. But that being said, I tweak my to-do list and my habits all the time. And I used to kind of beat myself up for it. I would be like, just write something down and stick to it. And although, like, yes, in a sense that's true, I also want to say that I think it's important to remain flexible and to change. We change day to day, okay? It's normal to say this isn't working for me anymore and to change it and adapt it and be flexible. That doesn't mean you're going backwards. And that was something I really needed to hear, was that just because you're changing your plan around doesn't mean you're going backwards. Just because you slipped up and missed up on your habits for a little bit, it doesn't mean you're going backwards. It's just a reason to be inspired to do them now. There's no such thing as time or money wasted, only experience gained. That has always been like one of my favorite affirmations. I've been saying that affirmation since 2020, and for some reason, I've not forgotten it. I don't even have it, I don't think, written down anywhere in my house where I can see it right now. I just remember that affirmation all the time. It just lives in my brain because it really, like, I feel like I struggle so much with, like, FOMO and, like, if you don't know what that means, the feeling of, like, fear of missing out. And it really helps me to do these habits and by practicing, like, meditation, I'm able to practice, like, letting my thoughts go, right? And not letting them rule me. And so it's easier when I'm stressed out and I'm anxious to let thoughts go if I'm practicing meditation consistently. It's like working out for your brain. It's like a muscle you practice with. And the whole point is to just be, to allow your thoughts to flow and not hold on to anything, overthink, and have an opinion and judge what you're thinking. Just allow what happens, and then like rivers, like leaves on a stream floating down a river, those are your thoughts. Put your thoughts on those leaves and watch it float down the river. Put your thoughts in those clouds, watch them drift away. And in practicing that, and in practicing mindfulness, and really what I remembered this morning was that a huge quote that has helped me for many years now: out of the mind and into the body. We're not meant to be stuck in our thoughts. We don't have to hold on to our thoughts. I almost feel like I got so used to, let me think this through. Let me think about what's stressing me out and think it through and find a solution. But that's like an illusion. You're not going to find a solution that way. The best thing you can do is to let it go. But we almost feel like we have this sense of control. Like, oh, if I'm thinking about it, I'm finding a solution, then you feel like you have this sense of control. And that's why we do it, I think. And what helps me most with my anxiety, with my depression, with my mood, my energy, just day to day, my life, is like, these habits are important. Having a routine is important. But what's more important is carrying these lessons with you throughout the day. And what I mean by that, particularly for me in particular, is incorporating my senses to tap into my body throughout the day, because it gets me out of the hamster wheel of my mind. It doesn't, my thoughts no longer control me. I'm able to take a deep breath, feel that in my body, meditate, smell something really yummy, like roses or jasmine, like smell some coffee, or light some incense, stretch, go for a run, go for a workout. Sight, okay? Make your environment aesthetic. Notice the beauty around you. Go into nature. And sound. Play ambient music, cafe jazz or lo-fi in the background. Play frequency music or drums or sound bowls or whatever kind of music you like and entice all of your senses and really get into your body. Feel into your body, out of the mind and into the body. Another thing that I've been thinking about a lot regarding this topic is energy givers and energy takers. So it's important to remember what tasks, what hobbies give you energy. So many times I'm like, I'm so tired, I just want to just lay down. And I almost get in this frozen trauma response where I'm just almost addicted to just the comfort. And it's like I'd rather stay in that comfort than take action. And it's almost frustrating because you want to take action. You want to be your best self. And it's important to remember that things like sunlight, nourishing food and exercise, fresh air, music, water, staying hydrated throughout the day, meditating, deep breaths, love, friends, intimacy, connection, self-care, positive affirmations, proper rest and sleep, being mindful throughout the day, creating art, expressing yourself, being creative, living in the present moment. These things are what give you energy. And when I'm feeling very low on energy, it's first and foremost important to ask myself, how much screen time have I been having? Have I been on social media too much? Have I been having thoughts of fear and doubt and stress and letting my thoughts rule me? Am I overthinking? Is it cluttered and messy in my house? Have I been eating? Have I been drinking water? What have I been eating? Is it a bunch of junk food? Am I working too much? Do I need rest? Or am I resting too much and I need to go for a walk? Have I been sitting for too long? Am I focused on the past? Or am I just on autopilot, living mindlessly? Or am I setting unrealistic goals for myself? Okay, it's important to keep track of your life. And I think that's why I really love to journal and even make these videos and podcasts, because it helps me keep track. It's like a way for me to focus on these healthy habits and talk about it. Build a community with people who have similar habits. Because I love to read. Oh my God, boy, do I love to read. And I think one of the things I love most when I'm reading is when a character has like a really cool like day-to-day life that's like really put together. It's like they wake up and they go for a run, they get their nails done, they get dressed and do their makeup, and then they go to their little job, and then they hang out with their friends. And you know, it's just kind of like, it inspires me. I'm like, yeah, I want to get up, do my makeup, I want to go out and hang out with my friends, I want to go for a run and have my life together. I like reading about people that do the habits that I like. And same with like that's what I love about the content that I watch. Like my favorite YouTubers, they all value fitness, and like they talk about spirituality and law of attraction, and they talk about healthy habits and routines like I do. It's things I love. So I don't know, I'm kind of babbling, but I love you guys. And thank you for listening to me. I appreciate you. And I'll see y'all next time.